Good morning, YouTube. It is currently the 19th of July. I am 9 weeks out and 1 day. Hope everyone is well, hope everyone is good. Obviously back to the normal videos now, back to the vloggy style stuff until 2 weeks time when I've got 2 clients competing, which will be a show day video. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the previous one, trip up to Ultraflex, which was really productive. Very happy with that. AJ's happy with where I'm at. This morning so far, I've been up about half an hour, 45 minutes. It's currently 5 minutes past 6. Already checked in with AJ for this morning's check-in, so just waiting on a response now. And I'm going to get my cardio done this morning. I always like to get my cardio done fasted, mainly just due to there is benefits to doing it fasted, and I will swear by that. But also, it's just a good start to the day. And realistically, on a rest day, when I've got half an hour cardio, 10k steps, just get the hardest task out of the way. So that's obviously on the bike, half an hour. In terms of prep, nothing has really changed in terms of all the variables at the moment. Slowly getting leaner. I was 170.8 pounds this morning, so it's getting there. I've solidified the low 170s, and hopefully over maybe the next week or so, we might even see the 160s, which is very exciting. I'm the leanest I've ever been, I can say that much, and also I'm the lightest I've been in like 6 years, and I've got 9 weeks to go. So yeah, I'm very excited to see what I can bring to the stage this year and produce the best package that I have ever produced. Anyway, for cardio, I've been having this CV Burn, which is basically just a caffeine product, but it has 300 milligrams of caffeine in it. Now, I found with the coffee, it doesn't really have enough caffeine in it to increase my heart rate in the morning. My resting heart rate is like 35, 36 beats per minute at the moment. So to try and get my heart rate up to like 120, 130, 140, it's a little bit of a challenge in the morning. So I've found having quite a high dose of caffeine really does help. This CV Burn, for some reason, it seems to burn when you drink it. And that's not even me being I don't know, dramatic. It actually seems to burn when you drink it. So yeah, must work. Jesus Christ. But yeah, 3 grams of CV Burn, which is just 1 serving. Then I'll have, oh Jesus, yeah. See that's the CV Burn. It just goes absolutely wild. But yeah, then I'll have my hydration drink as well whilst I'm doing my cardio, and get back to a few prep check-ins, because I've got a few boys who are checking in on a daily basis now, which is really exciting. Some boys who are 2 weeks out, Tom and Owen, and then I've got another guy who's 4 weeks out of a photo shoot, and then there's Dylan, who is 8 weeks out. He's not checking in daily at the moment, obviously, but yeah, he'll be checking in probably about 3 times a week after this morning's check-in, just to make sure everything is going in the right direction. So yeah, I'm gonna neck this, crack on with my cardio. I haven't got much planned today, I'm going to be honest. Like I said, it's a rest day, and it's probably going to be a rest day stuck at the laptop a lot of the time, because 1, it is very miserable weather in the UK today, and 2, my uni dissertation is due in 3 weeks. So yeah, today's going to pretty much look like a day at the laptop, get my client work done first, and then get my uni dissertation underway. I've already done a few thousand words, but I've got a couple more bits I can write up. But yeah, 3 weeks and then I'll finish uni, which is pretty crazy. A 3-year course. It's gone so quickly. But yeah, I'm gonna crack on with cardio, and I will see you guys in a bit. Right, so before I do my cardio, just got my feedback from AJ. No changes. Again, we're just gonna keep everything the same. Kind of crazy that I've been dieting now 20 weeks, which is pretty wild to think. It actually kind of dawned on me, I think I mentioned this in a previous video, but like, I think I've only got like 12 weeks of prep left, which is pretty wild when you think about it, like how quickly time goes. yeah, like 12 weeks, and then prep will be done. Like all the shows will be done as well. So yeah, pretty wild. Anyway, something I want to talk about is not being scared to run flat in a prep, which seems to be a very common occurrence, that people are afraid to consistently, run flat. But realistically, you have to run flat to get the fat off. And if you don't run flat, you're probably not going to end up in stage condition, because it does require certain body parts and certain areas. Like for me, for example, my upper body, primarily my top line, so my arms, my delts, my chest, get very, very flat within a diet, because they're my weaker body parts, and they're probably areas that I notice more when they get flat as well. But that is a price to pay when it comes to a contest prep and getting in stage condition. If you want to get in stage condition, you will need to run flat at some periods of time. And if you can't embrace that, you probably won't get in stage condition. And yeah, that was just a little bit of a kind of talking point between myself and AJ today, because obviously we know we are running flat at the moment, but it's the trade-off of getting in stage condition. And running flat is not a bad thing. It's not something you should be scared of, unless you're running like super, super flat, where you're dropping a lot of body weight per week. Like at the moment, we're aiming for £1 to £1.50 off per week, which is not a large rate of loss. But if you're dropping, 2, 3, £4 per week, that's when potentially you want to consider things like diet breaks, high days, maybe lower expenditure days. But at this point in time, training performance is in a good spot. We're also being very strategic with the rate of loss, like we have done throughout this whole prep. And throughout this whole prep, I haven't had any high days, and I've been dieting now for 20 weeks. So, having a strategic timeline where you're kind of aiming for a certain rate of loss per week will really, really help you out when it comes to getting in stage condition and not having to run into areas where you're getting super, super flat. Like if you're chasing your own tail at the back end of a prep, where you're having to drop ridiculous amounts of body weight per week to get in stage condition, that's potentially when you could be compromising muscle tissue. But then I would argue that the compromise to your muscle tissue is probably down to poor performance more so than running flat. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to enjoy my nice decaf coffee whilst I'm waiting for the caffeine to kick in from the CV burn. Then I'm going to get on the bike. I'm probably going to have to do some steps on the treadmill as well, because it is raining at the moment. It wasn't that enjoyable doing my check-in outside this morning, but needs must. But yeah, I'm going to enjoy this and then crack on with cardio. That is cardio done. First meal done as well. Same as usual. If you're wondering what I eat on a rest day, go check my rest day full day of eating video. Nothing's really changed. 3 eggs, 3 bacon medallions, and some red onion. Nothing's really changed, to be fair, in terms of diet. That's why I don't really want to keep making like full day of eating videos, because at the end of the day, like until something really changes, it's just the same stuff. And also, like, no one wants to watch me eat chicken and veg and beef mince and veg all day long, even though that is what's required at this point. 85 grams of carbs on a rest day, which is a vibe. But yeah, I'm going to eat this meal. Then I've got some steps to do. It is currently, what time is it? 7:30. So I'll eat this meal, go for a little bit of a walk. I've already replied to my prep check-ins, so I will then obviously get back to my off-season guys and my lifestyle guys when I get back from my walk. So yeah, still waiting for majority of my check-ins to come in anyway, so I've got a bit of time in the morning. I always like to get up early, especially in prep at the moment. I think I touched on it in my last video, but sleep is, hit or miss some days, and I'm naturally kind of waking up anywhere between like 4:30 and 5:30 at the moment. But it is quite nice because it's just quiet, like everywhere's quiet. When I go for my walk, I barely see anyone, and I really do kind of appreciate that time in the day. So yeah, I'm gonna eat this, go for a walk. Right, so I can't lie, I've been pretty poor at filming today. It's a couple of hours have gone past. I managed to do all my client work this morning. Done, obviously, steps, cardio, that's all done. And me and Kate are booked to go to the cinema a little bit later on. So, yeah, it's been a bit of a busy day at the old desk, like I said it was going to be. Managed to do a little bit of uni work as well, which is nice. Just trying to get that dissertation done, really. But what I thought I'd do is do a little bit of a Q&A for this video, as I didn't know what else to record. So I hung up to Instagram and I said, help me out with my content, please. And we got some questions coming in. So I'm going to answer a few now, and then I'll probably do a little bit of a wrap up with the video as well a little bit later on. I might do a little bit of a review on the F1 film that we're going to watch. I know it's been out in cinemas for ages now, but I haven't been to the cinema in like 3 years. It was just something that we kind of wanted to do. Me and Kate spend a little bit of time together, as she's actually going away on holiday in like a week's time. And we at this point in time, we haven't got a lot of time together at the moment, even though we do live with each other. It's just a very, very busy time, obviously, with me trying to finish uni and stuff. So yeah, got a few questions going on. So first one being mistakes first timers make in their contest prep. So actually, we have covered this before on the Natty Blueprint podcast, so make sure everyone goes and listens to that podcast. Me and Denny are doing weekly episodes again. But mistakes people commonly make is, one, not giving themselves enough time. I feel like this is probably a mistake that even experienced individuals make as well. Like, they don't give themselves enough time when it comes to getting in stage condition, because it takes time. People think that they can get in stage condition in 12 weeks and then they get on stage and they're soft. So yeah, give yourself enough time. That'd be one thing. Don't start too soft, and also don't allow yourself to think that body fat is muscle. This is a very, very common thing as well, where people look at themselves in an off season and go, "Oh yeah, I've got loads of muscle," and actually when they diet down, they don't. It's just body fat. So don't mistake body fat for muscle, because that is a common mistake as well. Question from Big Roshin, my man. Top three monsters. Obviously, white. White is top tier. God's nectar, as Lewis likes to say. Second, I'm going to go for the red one, not the shitty watermelon one that we've got in the UK. The original red one that used to be in the UK, and you can only get it like abroad now. That was, again, top tier, but I haven't had that in years, but I do remember liking that one. And then it's a toy-up between the green one and the Lando. I did have a Lando this morning to accompany check-ins. But yeah, like, it is slowly growing on me, but I just don't think it's ever gonna surpass in like a top 3 finish. So yeah, that'd probably be my top 3 monsters. And to be honest, I don't really drink any other energy drinks. I haven't tried any Ghosts. I've tried a couple like 3D energies, but I don't think they're that great when it comes to a monster. Comparing it to a monster anyway. So yeah, that would be my top 3 monsters, mate. Got a question from Daniel Quasim. Please, mate, Daniel, if I keep butchering your name, please do let me know. But he says, on a cut, after how long you drop calories, how much, and what's your take on refeed days, etc. So on a cut, if you believe that you need to make some changes because things have stalled, it depends on the phase. Now, within a contest prep, I probably wouldn't look to drop calories any more, like in a food change, than like 150 to maximum like 200. But if it's more of an aggressive kind of dieting phase, then you could probably get away with maybe pushing it to like 250, 300 per day, especially if you got a lot of food to play with as well. Like, I usually would just be a little bit more aggressive. So if it's like a 8-week mini cut, or just like a 10-week diet that you're trying to do, then I would probably look to just be a little bit more aggressive and cut calories a little bit more aggressively as well. But if you're in a contest prep, I would look to obviously reduce that down to maybe like 150 to 200, because obviously it's a long kind of winded process, and you don't want to drop it too much where it comes as a compromise to your training performance. He's also asked, what's your take on refeed days? So refeed days are beneficial if you need them, right? So if you're in just a standard dieting phase, you don't need refeed days. I'm sorry, but like no one, I don't think I've ever ran a refeed day in a standard kind of 8 to 12 week diet with a client. Like it's just not necessary. You might as well just spend time getting the body fat off. The only time I potentially look to run diet breaks or refeeds is long process dieting phases, so or long period dieting phases. So, for example, a contest prep, a photo shoot prep. If someone is comes on board and they've got a lot of body fat to lose and it's going to be a long period of time, then potentially looking at diet breaks and stuff are very, very beneficial. And obviously you're going to be looking to dropping diet fatigue off within those phases. But again, like if it's just a standard diet, like I'm assuming Daniel, you're just on like a normal kind of dieting phase, you don't need a refeed, you don't need a diet break or anything like that. You just need to crack on, get the body fat off, and then you can really, really push forward in terms of your off season or your gaining phase. So yeah, they are beneficial, don't get me wrong, but to put it in perspective, I've been dieting now, I think I spoke about this earlier on in the video, but I've been dieting now 20 weeks and I haven't had a high day. I haven't had anything that I've like documented on here. They're the only changes we've made. Like I haven't had a diet break, I haven't had a refeed, nothing. And I probably won't until my first show, where we can have a little bit of like a linear load, and it'll work out really well in terms of giving me a little bit of a diet break and dropping off that diet fatigue. But the main goal for me right now is getting in stage condition, and a diet break or a high day is just going to delay that process. And yes, it's good to obviously regain a little bit of fullness. It gives you a little bit more of an idea of like how you look when you are fuller and true condition as well. Because obviously when you are running flatter, it's going to make you look a little bit softer. But at this point in time, being with how many weeks out I am, the main goal right now is fat loss. Got another question. Which gym is the best that you've been to in England? Thinking about making a trip. So the ones that I've trained in, which is not very many because I'm super, super routined. Ultraflex Rotherham is by far the best gym in the UK. The equipment choice, the vibe in there, the environment, it is by far like just a very, very good gym. So if you are making a trip, I would say go to Ultraflex Rotherham. Don't stay in Rotherham though. Do not stay in Rotherham. I'd say go anywhere within like a 10-mile radius away from Rotherham, and you'll probably be in a quite a nice spot. I usually, when I travel up there, go to Sheffield because I actually quite like Sheffield. It's quite a nice city, and I usually stay in Sheffield. That'd be top spot for best gym. There is other really, really good gyms. Like majority of the Ultraflexes are going to be very, very good gyms. Muscle Hut as well. They're great gyms. But obviously, if you're going kind of up north, you're not going to want to make a 5-hour trip down south to train in a Muscle Hut, especially if you're coming from abroad. So I'd stay within that northern region. So you've got like Ultraflex Rotherham, Ultraflex Derby. There's some also great gyms up there as well. You've got Le Coach that's in Cambridge, which has a wide variety of equipment and cool equipment as well. I haven't ever been. It's something that I want to do. It's on my bucket list post prep. But for now, I don't really want to start going to different gyms and changing up my training. 'Cause although, I trained in Ultraflex last week and it was a great session, it's still like, it's not the normal pieces of equipment that I am using. So therefore standardizing training, performance retention can get quite tough when it comes to obviously being in a contest prep and, trying to make sure training performance is at the best possible position. And obviously it kind of screws with the logbook a little bit as well when you're training in different gyms, because at the end of the day, you haven't got any like baseline numbers to work off. So yeah, that would be kind of like the gyms that I would suggest to you to go to if you want to make the trip to England to go to the gyms. And one thing I will say is England's got such great gyms. Like even the Trained by JP gym, that looks very, very good. Again, I haven't been. It is on my bucket list. Whether I'll ever go, who knows? But at this point in time, I'm fully focused on prep, so I'll be staying in my own environment. But yeah, that looks like another very, very good gym. So they're the questions at the moment. I only put the question box up a few hours ago, so I'm sure a couple more will come in. Now I'm going to film some content for Instagram, a few reels, and then I'm going to upload the previous video, which is the Ultraflex video, and then we're going to go to the cinema, which I'm excited for. So yeah, I will see you guys probably in another couple hours. Right, so we've just got to the cinema. Kate, are you looking forward to watching the F1 film?
Yeah.
Yeah. Funny enough, this is the first time we've ever been to cinema. My first time in about 3 years, so hopefully it doesn't disappoint. I've heard mixed reviews on this film, so we will give our review after the film and when we get back. I'm pretty trash right now, so I'm just going to get in there and probably, hopefully not fall asleep. Hopefully it's a decent film and keeps me up, but yeah, feeling pretty tired at the moment. So any further comments?
No.
Any thoughts? She's very, very talkative today. But yeah, we're gonna get in there now. I'm gonna obviously get some popcorn and refeed because I really need it and I'm really flat. And to get a bit of salty popcorn so I get a good pump whilst watching Formula One. Obviously not. I haven't brought any meals with me today, but I am aware it is quite a long film, so might be slightly later on the old meal timings, but it's not a problem. I can push back that last meal, which is not a problem. Anyway, we're gonna crack on, get in there, get a large Diet Coke and chill out and enjoy the film. So, just got back from the cinema. I am 45 minutes late for my last meal. Can't lie, probably within the last hour I got very, very hungry. And I was like, just get me home. So I want to eat my last meal, which is my only carb meal today. Anyway, Kate, what would you give that film?
I'd say it was an 8 out of 10. I really liked it.
8 out of 10. I'd go 7. We were discussing it on the way home, and I think it's a little bit like, I don't know, one of those far-fetched films where you just kind of know. It reminds me of like boxing and like fighting films where he just, like, someone's retired from boxing or whatever and then comes back and just murks everyone again, which probably wouldn't really happen. But it was good. It was a good watch. I don't think it beat the
Senna one.
The Senna documentary on Netflix. That was very, very good because the cinematics on that were brilliant. But yeah, that is the film wrap up. Definitely worth watching. To be honest, it was just nice to get out of the house and actually do something together. But yeah, 7 out of 10. Kate gives it an 8 out of 10, which is good. I'm going to make my last meal now, and I'm probably going to wrap up the video here as well. Or Kate's just going to show you the cats. High quality content, this. High quality content. You got anything to add on that?
No.
What are we going to do now?
Probably watch more
TV. More TV.
On the sofa.
Yeah, for about an hour, and then I'll probably be off to bed because I'm quite tired today. So yeah, that's probably it for the YouTube video. There's been zero structure to this video, but if you have enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like. Belle is just behind the camera. Hopefully she doesn't knock it off and reorganise like she does with the rest of the house. But yeah, if you like the video, make sure you drop it a like, comment and subscribe. A couple of client show days coming up over the next couple of weeks, which I'm excited for. Got Tom and Owen in the BNBF, so that is 2 weeks tomorrow, so it's going to come around very, very quick. So make sure you subscribe, keep an eye out. I can't even talk. Make sure you cream and rice stuck in the back of the throat. Make sure I can't get it out. Yeah, just slap me on the back. I need a drink. Hopefully that's cleared the throat. I'll fucking give up. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube because there's some cool content on its way, and I'll see you guys in the next one.